Sheet metal was my livelihood, but I never thought I'd be building gear like this. Every week, we turn tons of steel into rolling works of art. Some of the toughest gear in the world comes out of this factory. Building this gear is only half the fun. No one tests like we do. My passion has taken my family to the edges of the earth. Life's a game. We know how to play it. Patriot Games.
It's that time of year again. The Finke Desert Race is almost here. This year, Justin and Tommy will be racing in an all-new Polaris side-by-side. Not being able to leave it well enough alone, the team have re-engineered it from the ground up. The quickest route to the Finke Desert Race is through the Simpson Desert, which will also put Sarah's new RT15 Super Tourer to the test. The crew are rolling out with only 4 days up their sleeve to make the 2,500-kilometre journey. Buckle in, crew. To make it to Finke, we'll need to drive through the night. Eyre Creek is flooded with the most water this desert has seen in over 50 years.
Rolling into Birdsville, the feeling is just, look, we're here. Apart from being tired, being absolutely shattered from driving all night, you know, the sun's popping up, we're rolling down the main strip, you know, you come past the servo, you see the Birdsville pub on your right-hand side, and this is it, the gateway to the middle of Australia, the centre of Australia, and we're going to be getting across it in the next few hours, hopefully. This way. Go say hello.
G'day, guys.
How are you, mate?
How are you?
How you been, man?
Good.
Been
to see
keeping
you.
well? Yeah? Good to see you.
Very well. How are you?
I'll let everyone introduce
G'day,
themselves.
mate. Look, I'm Ben Fulliger. I'm the publican of the Birdsville Hotel, and we're out in Birdsville, Channel Country, Queensland.
How's it going?
Yeah, good. Big trip out.
How is the water out here?
Plenty of water.
Yeah, plenty of water.
Yeah,
I think
2
you
floods.
You can tell by my eyes it's been a big trip.
Yeah.
We drove straight
Yeah.
through the night.
Yeah.
So what's been going on?
Mate, we've just been pretty quiet for a little while. We've had,
Yeah.
you know, a couple of big floods through here, and
Yeah.
probably more water than what we've seen since 1974. We've had a couple of dry floods, so we've had no rain at all, and it's flooding that's come down from Winton. First one was a big waterfront storm front that came across that Winton Longreach area, followed by Cyclone Trevor, which really topped it up and put a hell of a lot of water down through the Channel Country, which is all going into Lake Eyre, which is really exciting. As of this morning, the QAA line across the Simpson's open.
So it is open.
Open as of this morning.
Awesome.
Which is good news for you guys.
We've been stressing about it. We ran the gauntlet coming out here.
You did. Look, I actually thought it might have been another 3 or 4 weeks.
The whole time driving out last night, you know, Justin was saying, you know, we could get there and it might not be open. The crossing might not be open, so, you know, we're going to have to head north.
What's the Eyre Creek crossing like? Can you get across it or not?
Yeah, look, the actual Eyre Creek, the one on QAA,
Yeah.
it'd be way too deep. It's still
Okay.
got a bit of a flow in it.
Right.
So yeah, the bypass is open, so it's about an extra 75k. These guys from Patriot Campers were very lucky because I actually thought it'd be closed for another couple of weeks, and it's open this morning. So once you get close to Eyre Creek, you'll see a couple of signs out there, and you track north about 30k.
Right, and just follow the creek up.
Yeah, yeah.
How long is that 75k? Is it rough?
It's a little bit wet in places. It's not
Right.
overly rough. It's slower going than it would be if you're on the normal route.
Yeah.
But the crossing itself is not that boggy.
It's so important that we don't get stuck because we have to get to Alice. If we don't get to Alice, you know, no one's there to look after buggy, and this whole trip's going to be wasted.
He's given us the lowdown. They've opened the desert, which is a good thing, but Eyre Creek, he's saying, is impassable unless you take the bypass. We don't really have time to take the bypass, so we've decided the best thing to do is jump in a plane, go and do the recon ourselves.
Not ready to give up on Eyre Creek yet, the team decide there's only one way to know for sure.
Chatting with the publican out here, we're not sure whether we can actually get across Eyre Creek. So we've decided to go up in the plane and have a scout and check it out and see what's going on.
Today's mission was to observe the QAA line, also the air creek which runs through the QAA line, so you guys can get a good track over it and hopefully get over it.
Here we go.
When I saw the little plane, it was kind of scary because it was so small, but there were so many people inside.
Flooding in the Simpson Desert is rare, and as frustrating as this situation is, it's still a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to see it from the air.
Flooding around Birdsville is really an amazing thing to see because it brings all these birds in, pelicans, bird life. You know, when water goes, they say just add water. When water goes through the Channel Country and down to the lake, it's something that you rarely see.
Yeah, so the Diamantina River, flowing up north from the Channel Country, had the most rainfall in the past 30 years. And because of that, there's sort of everywhere the riverbanks overflow, you get a lot of bird life coming down as well, and all that greenness, when we fly back into Birdsville, you'll see completely everywhere. It's quite amazing at the moment.
It's been over 30 years since they've received this amount of water out here, and apart from just going and scouting Air Creek and ensuring we can get across, I'm actually really excited to see the perspective of what this water does travelling down right into the middle of Australia.
Coming up to Air Creek, I thought it was just one crossing. There's actually 3 that we have to get across. It was more flooded than what I thought.
Yeah, so this Air Creek, this is what we've been concerned about getting across.
So you can sort of see how much water is at the moment.
Seeing the creek from the air that's in question is definitely one situation, and it looks passable to me. But I know when we're on the ground, and depending how soft it is, how deep it is, it might be a completely different situation. What does concern me is there's actually 3 parts of that creek that we need to cross. There is an option to take a bypass, but we just don't have the time to do that.
Yeah, so basically all this floodwater is still coming through. Yeah, it's pretty hard to get through, but if you guys can get through, that'd be quite a feat, honestly. That'd be really good.
But wait, is that Rob?
Who would have thought flying over the Simpson Desert and we bump into?
No.
You would never even read about it. Dad left the Gold Coast 3 days before we did. I thought he was well into the Simpson. And wouldn't you know it, we're flying over in a plane. Sarah comes over the mic. There's a white Land Cruiser down there and it's towing something. Can we spin around, mate? Do you mind?
Yeah, again, yeah.
That might be my father,
Yeah.
because my father's crossing. So we dove in, we dropped down about 400 feet, and sure enough, there's my old man, doors flying open.
The plane was waving at him. We're sitting there waving back, and then he jumped out of the car with Belinda.
We're doing laps around him, flapping the wings. He's waving from the ground. It was just absolutely amazing. The centre of Australia, this massive country, and there's my old man, the only person in the Simpson Desert. And I've got to say, he's the first person to cross after the wet for 2019, which is pretty epic.
That was really, really cool.
That was amazing, eh?
Yeah, it's not what I expected.
I cannot believe we
I
saw
heard
Dad.
it was green, but...
Can't believe we saw Dad. How you going, darling? Yeah? You're all good?
Yeah.
Come on. Was that fun or what?
Yeah, that was so cool.
That was good to see, huh?
Yeah, all right. So once we've done that, so we'll finish these off.
You couldn't help yourself, could you? Hey?
Well, if you go flying in a plane,
45-minute flight and you managed to find beer at the pub. It's nasty. And I'm talking good and proper nasty.
right?
Like nasty. And there's not one crossing. There's 3 crossings.
Yeah.
From the air, I would say 50-50 possible. But I think when we get down there, I think it's deep. And I'm talking deep. Like swallow a whole 2,500 ram deep.
I guess at this stage, what's making me really nervous is I know what Justin's like, and I know he's going to go somewhere where no one else has been. And typically, things can go wrong. So I'm just hoping that we make the right decision so we can get to where we need to be to take on the buggy and go testing.
And then to hear from Justin just how epic the water was through that creek blew my mind. I can't wait to get in there and see, are we going to get these rams across it or are we not?
The boys are keen. I know the gear's up for it. One way or another, we're going to get across the Simpson.
To celebrate Season 3 of Patriot Games, we're giving you the chance to win the ultimate family touring package worth over $150,000. Enter now to get your hands on a brand new Isuzu D-Max kitted out to handle a Patriot Games adventure using the gear we know and trust. And if that's not enough, you'll also receive a Patriot Campers X2 to tow behind it. Plus, receive a brand new Polaris Ranger for the kids and loads of camping gear. Entries close June 30, 2020. Enter online now at patriotgames.tv. With a successful recon of Air Creek complete, the team has decided to take on the track, and they're fully aware it might be a struggle. Let's roll out. If the team hopes to face the Finke Desert Race this year, they'd better get some distance in quick.
Good to be back in black.
Good to be back.
Back in the black truck, huh?
Oh yeah, love this car.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been
You
a
two have grown a little bit since the last trip with me.
Back in the black truck and towing a new X1H across the desert, the boys are well and truly in their element. The iconic black truck has been all around the world and was only just in Colorado a few months ago, taking on the Alpine Loop.
Can you see through my dust? Can you see what's up ahead, mate?
Yes, we can.
So this is the first June. This is number one. This is the entry to the Simpson.
Sarah and Mia are commandeering Sarah's new car and the latest in the Super Tourer range, the RT15. This supercharged V8 petrol engine Hemi gives the humble Land Cruiser a real run for its money and is slightly smaller than its big brother, the 2500.
I'm very excited, mate. It's, are we going to get out in the dust yet?
Yeah, that's about it for the dust, mate. We get through this little track here and around to Big Red, and that's about it for the majority of it. For, I don't know, I reckon probably 700 Junes, and then it starts to get dusty again.
Holy. 700 Junes.
Rounding out the convoy is Tommy and Dave in the big rig, the RT25 Super Tourer. Made to haul large loads, the RT25 is bigger in size than the 1500 and boasts a turbo diesel engine. As the crew crest over Little Red, they get their first taste of the desert.
Whoa! Whoa!
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was good.
Have a look at this view.
Looks like you're about to just drop off a cliff.
That is insane.
Whoa, look at that view.
That looks pretty good from where I'm sitting, eh? Those big trucks coming down that hill.
If you think that's impressive, guys, wait till you see Big Red.
So pulling up to Big Red today, you know, it was one of those things that you don't really expect to see until you get there. You know, it's a big mound of sand, and so to come here today and actually see it, you know, it was crazy. It was very daunting though.
So this is Big Red.
Oh, damn.
Nice.
You picked a track yet, Tommy? Which one you gonna do? Everybody has to do one. We had a look at a few of the tracks, and to be honest with you, this trip is not about braking gear. It's definitely about testing gear. We have to get to Alice Springs. I've got no two ways about it. So I suppose the stupidity that we normally experience when we go on these trips, that's out the window. We got to take it easy. All right, guys, what are we thinking? Sarah, how are you feeling about that?
Oh, I definitely wouldn't want to be going first.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Yeah, and you know what? Maybe I'm getting old or something, but I ain't doing that either, eh?
When Justin said, let's not break the trucks and let's take an easier track, I'm thinking, what happened there? What happened to my husband? But to be honest, you know, we've got deadlines. We've got to get somewhere. We need these things to get there intact and on time.
I just don't want to spend an afternoon digging.
That is exactly what I'm getting at, because it's getting late and I'm tired and I'm hungry. I reckon we go around one of those other tracks on the right. Let's find one of those ones on the right and we'll go and see what we can get up, eh?
Choose your lines wisely, team. It's time to take on Big Red.
So we picked a track that still looked pretty challenging, but we knew that we could get all the trucks up. And first up is the black truck. All right, here we go. We're rolling. I hope I got enough run up here. Oh, it's soft. It's softer than I thought.
How good does that look going up that hill?
I'm into it in the black truck. Grab third gear, the thing's revving, going straight up. This is not a drama.
Yeah, but
Nothing stops the black truck.
nothing. Yeah.
We're bouncing back up the track, and as we got to the top, I started running out of revs, and I thought, oh no, I should have left it in third. But the black truck, she did what she does best and just tracted all the way to the top.
Yes.
It's soft up here, man. Like real soft. It is real soft up here. Real soft. We've popped over the ridgeline. We're clear. Now we've got to try and get Sarah up. All right, Sarah, you got me?
Copy.
Okay, you got to keep the power on up here. You have to keep it on. Just trust me, it's going to feel really weird.
Ready, Mia?
Power on.
My butt was like jumping out of the seat, so was Mia's, but I just had that foot firmly pressed down.
Yeah, go on.
Listen to that hemi go.
Yeah!
How'd you go? You like that?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Well done. How'd you
Yeah,
go?
that was cool.
Yeah?
It's freaky when you get to the top because you feel like it's gonna there's nothing there. You
Yeah.
know? You're like you're gonna drop off.
Yeah. You feel like you want to fall off the top there, but you just got to keep into it.
Yeah,
You just got to keep
yeah.
it going. Well done.
It feels kind of like glamour
Yeah.
when you can't see.
Let's get the big girl up.
All I've got to think, I looked at Dave and I said, what do you reckon? He said, mate, you've just got to put your foot to the floor and keep it on. So that's what I did.
Mate, the trick is it's a big truck. You got a lot of weight there, dude. You just need to hold the power on. It's all about momentum.
I trust you, buddy.
All right, send it.
Ending. This does all right. This is going. Full send. Go. Round to the left now. Round to the left. Keep it going. Keep it on. On. Here we go. Over the ridge. Go. Right.
That's it, mate.
Yeah.
Easy done.
And I think we say, that's how you do that.
And that's how you do that. Yes.
Would you check out that view? Hold on, Justin. Didn't you say hold the power on?
I'm not clear.
Wasn't a full send, Justin.
Fancy that, Tom. You get to pull the black truck out. Hey?
I thought you said just keep the power on.
I did. I've come up around the track and I thought I stuck into it. Maybe I didn't. So I've bogged down. The trailer's kind of jackknife.
Well, you know, Justin said, give it everything you've got and we'll make it over. I don't think he listened to himself because this is where we're stuck.
How embarrassing.
Hey, at least we were just on the return when we were just going back to camp.
There had to be a recovery, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, this is pretty good for me today. My first recovery in the 2500 Ram is recovering the black truck. So, you know, Justin's owes me a beer, I reckon.
Tommy to the rescue with the big rig. It's been a massive day on the dunes for the crew.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like, that's, I'm not even mad. I'm like embarrassed.
It's time to take in the scenery and get some rest for a big day ahead tomorrow. There's no time to lose, and the crew is up at first light to make the most of the next 2 days. Due in at Finke for scrutineering, the crew can't afford for anything to go wrong.
I know my old man's somewhere out there. He's on the other side of the creek. So there's 2 reasons now that I want to get across as quick as possible. I want to get across because we need to get into Alice by Tuesday morning, but I want to try and catch my old man in the desert. How cool would that be? You know, catching up with him. The kids get to see him out in the Simpson. You seeing what I'm saying here, guys?
Mate, this looks really good.
This is beautiful.
Can you see that big swimming pool in front of us?
Definitely can.
Is that the one we're going to go through?
That's the one we kind of need to go through. So that detour sign that we're looking at is obviously for the bypass. This is what we're looking in the plane yesterday. But once again, man, it's just going to come down to time. I think we get down there and check it out. We'll have a look at it, but I can almost guarantee that we're not going through that looking at it from here.
This creek crossing could cost the team Finke.
Justin's just called me over. This has to be serious.
Sounded exactly like what happened on Fraser, dude. Remember how I thought it was a hub?
Yeah.
But we knocked those teeth off those gears. It's as soon as we come over that dune, we popped over that dune as I came down and grabbed another gear, it just went ka-conk and just clunked again, mate. Like I hope I'm wrong, but it sounds, and that's a brand new diff center, eh?
Mate, we haven't got time to be doing this sort of stuff, eh?
No, we don't have time for this, dude. Do you want to walk with it? I'll do a hard right hand down and we'll just do some circles in here and see if we can hear it and try and ascertain what's going on, but it didn't sound good. It's either that or really lucky and it was a spring seat popping back in. Maybe. So far this trip's just gone from bad to worse. Everything has worked against us. It's been really late nights getting the 2 new trucks built, getting the race car all built. The one thing that I was certain that I wasn't going to have a problem with was the black truck, and ultimately that's come and bitten us in the arse.
You got everything's turned on, front's locked.
Yeah, everything. No, I didn't have the lockers on.
Yeah.
I didn't even have them on. But just when I pulled up here, it did it again. But it was only really soft. It was over here.
Know that sound?
It was over here. That's diff center, dude.
I've heard the noise the once. My initial thought was, oh, is it possibly just a hub? But walking next to it, listening to that sound, Justin and I both know it. We've done that front diff.
That's the center, dude. No 2 ways about it.
Yeah, what's happened is obviously
It's skipping teeth.
it's skipping teeth, so it's going good, 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 skip, good, 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 skip. Yeah. You'll get another 1 or 2 kilometres by that time. That pinion gear set's just going to be stripped to hell.
I don't think this could have come at a worse time. I've just put a brand new diff in this truck before we left. Brand new nitro gears, 488 gears. This is the second set of gears that I've put into this car, and it's just, this is absolutely killing me. The problem we've got is, I would say that if we got to be in Alice Tuesday morning, right? What are we today? Sunday. So we got 2 days.
All that's going through my mind is, how do I get this to the other end of the Simpson?
So we've got 230 kilometres, okay, of sand dunes, maybe a little bit less. Time is against us. Time's our biggest problem right now.
I just can't believe we're in a situation with this truck that could possibly mean we're not going to make it to Finke.
Next time on Patriot Games. The team have only just made it into the Simpson Desert and the black truck is experiencing some issues. With only 2 days left to cross the entire desert and make it to Finke, the crew are stuck in one of the harshest bog holes they've ever faced. Rigs, gear and tempers are pushed to the limit as Finke feels further away than ever.
Think how long it's taking you just to get there. Think how long it's going to take my truck.
And you know what? When someone tells me I can't do something, that's the time that I get it done.